Hey folks, how's it going? It's Game Webcam. Now, I wasn't planning on making this video exactly, but I am making this video because I pretty much don't have a whole lot of video ideas left at the moment, and I noticed that the first Polytoria video on my channel was received quite well, so I'm deciding to make a follow-up video to this video, which, if you actually want to watch me playing Polytoria for the first time, there will be a card in the top right corner that you can click on if you want to see it. This is going to be the first time that I actually will be using one of these Alt-Roblox platforms workshops to actually try and create the games that run on the site. Now, I'm pretty sure many of you are asking, why did you not do this for Brick Hill or Core? The main setback for Brick Hill was the fact that Brick Hill doesn't have dedicated servers and relies on the players to host the servers themselves. This is an issue that I have pointed out in my Let's Talk About Brick Hill video, which you can watch by clicking on the top right corner. However, it seems like after making this video, a Brick Hill user by the name of Noah Coolboy actually went out of his way to create a hosting service called Brick Hosting, which is a website that you can use to host your set. It's sort of like the second method that I mentioned in my previous Brick Hill video, but this actually allows you to be quote-unquote hosting the set using your own host key instead of another's. Now, I don't want to sound like someone who likes to steal credit for everything, but it seems like this is something that was created because I pointed out the issues in this video, and I really like how Brick Hill's community is responsive to a lot of the criticisms that people tend to point out about the platform and try to solve the issues themselves. Because after all, that takes some serious dedication from a community to accomplish. I haven't started on Core because I wasn't interested in the mood of using their workshop, and considering they don't follow the Roblox aesthetic to begin with, it seems a little daunting. Perhaps I will be making a video using the Core Workshop client soon, but I will be doing Brick Hills first before using Core's workshop. Back to Polytoria, Polytoria uses their own creator to allow for users to create their games. On the current creator, you cannot script at the moment, as this is a feature that doesn't exist yet. However, some of the staff members of Polytoria did tell me that there are two games you could play at the moment that did feature scripting, which are Spleef and a testing place for the instance.new function, which pretty much just spams part generation on a base plate. I'm sorry that I didn't get to see these games when I made my original playthrough. They were buried quite deep in the games page and I just didn't see them at all. Scripting is something that beta users have access to, and I will talk more about that in a little bit. However, the footage that you're going to be seeing is me figuring out how Polytoria's creator works, and then you will be seeing me create an actual set for the game. When I finish this game, I will have a link to it in the description, so if you want to visit the game yourself, you absolutely can. Alright, now I know that intro was super long, I get it, but I had to address a lot of things before starting this video. So, for starting this video, you're gonna notice that there is no face cam whatsoever, and that's because I am going to be recording hours of footage here, and trying to record all of that with a face cam is going to lead to massive file sizes. So, throughout this entire video, you're gonna be noticing no face cam in this video whatsoever, and that's because I want to make sure that I don't have huge file sizes to work with. Alright, that's all I have to say, and let's just get started. Alright, here we go. This is Polytoria creator right here, so let's get a part created. Ooh, very big part. Okay, so there's not even UI management. Sick. I can't resize this, come on. Oh, that's already so triggering. Okay. Okay, let's just set it to the origin. There we go. I'm gonna set the size to 100. It only shows double digits. I'm so triggered. This is why I wish I could resize the window, so that way I could see the whole number and not only two digits. Alright, what the f? Why is the scrolling so slow? Okay, so this is how you set spawns. You can hide the studs. Okay, cool. Let's create another part. Let's make this part green. There you go. Now that's green. Camera movement's a little slow, but hey. Alright. You come over here. You get an integer position of 1. I just noticed that the little 3D cursor doesn't adjust with the position if it moves, so that's nice. Okay, so let's make this the spawn. We're gonna call this spawn. I like how I typed in the name the camera moves. Resize this to 5 by 5. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice size right there. Don't take that out of context, please. Okay, so for color 3, I noticed that it's only using the decimals, and it's not even, I don't even have a color wheel, so yeah, this is gonna be a lot of fun. First off, let's just see if I can even make a rainbow, first of all. Alright, so we're gonna make this part red, which should be pretty easy. All I have to do is just type in 1, 0, 0. Yeah, and we're just gonna name this red. And the part name isn't even updating. There we go, now it updates. Alright, so let's move this thing around here. Jesus Christ, the camera movement is very slow. Shift doesn't really add much. Alright, can I duplicate? There is not even a right-click context menu. Okay. Oh, here we go, duplicate. Okay, so there's hexadecimal. I could use hexadecimal alternatively if, color 3 is just not my mojo. Alright. Let's duplicate this. Oh, I forgot how yellow works. Oh, okay, here we go. There we go. Duplicate that. We get green, which means we just turn this to 0. Blue, which is pretty easy. And then there's purple. The fact I don't have a right-click context menu is already making this so inefficient, but whatever. There we go. We got a basic oversaturated rainbow right here. And now we just gotta collapse and reopen the menu, and now the part names are updated. Sick. It's not even alphabetical order as well, I can already tell you that. Okay, so there is some other parts that you can make right here. Let's do a wedge, why not? The slow-ass camera movement got me dying, though. Alright, here we go. The fact that you can't even lock parts. So, whenever I keep clicking on the screen, I keep selecting the base plate. Oh my goodness. Alright, so... Let's see, how is this gonna work? Okay, so I see that the 3D cursor is local to the orientation of the part. It's not a global facing orientation, which has its advantages and disadvantages, I will say. There probably should be an option up here to determine whether the 3D cursor should be facing local orientation, local to the part being selected, or if it should be facing the global orientation, which is supposed to be like this. So this is how you test games. So you go to tools and hit test game. That's how you actually try and launch what you've created on Polytoria. Okay, so it is convex message. It's not just simple block hitboxes. That's all right. So that's a plus. That is 100% a plus right there. I'm noticing that when the parts get steep enough, I am just slipping down. Nice. Alright, so that's the end of that test run, so let's make this bigger. I want to see more of that in action. Woo! I climbed that slope pretty damn fast. Wow. Woo! I climbed this slope pretty damn fast. Oh my god, I'm slipping! I'm falling! No! Okay. Oh wait, this is how you get access to the color wheel. Oh my god, I'm just stupid. Why don't they have that in the properties section? Okay, I'm just really stupid. Okay. Alright, nice, nice. It all updates in real time. I'm just an idiot. Alright, let's click on that, and now it's orange. Big, beautiful orange. Now, considering that this is the release client, this is not the beta creator, which means this doesn't have any scripting, all I could really do at the moment is just create showcases and all that sort of stuff, because that's the only thing I can really think of that involves, like, little to no scripting at all. So, let's think. What should I create here? Alright, so what I think I'm probably going to be making is I'm probably going to be making, let's just say, a bar, let's just say like a bar or a tavern that you come across in the middle of nowhere. And it's just gonna be like a restaurant experience. Now, the point of the restaurant is not to actually serve as a restaurant like you see in those Roblox games, but perhaps it could just be a simple hangout place at the moment. Yeah, I think that's what I will be doing. So I'm gonna be playing copyrighted music right now because I need music to help me focus on making this. So no worries, all of this is actually going to be time-lapsed, because there's no way that I'm gonna show you my entire thinking process all in real time. That's just kind of crazy. But yeah. I guess the time-lapse begins now. Alright. So here we go. I've taken a few hours of break if you have been paying attention to my system clock at any point during this video. So yeah, I've definitely been taking a break. But one other huge thing you probably have noticed is that I now have a little script button in my ribbon toolbar thingy. So I'm currently on the beta version of the creator, and probably a lot of you are asking, wow, how did you manage to get access to this beta creator? Well, a few days after creating that Polytoria video, Alex, if you remember who he was the person that was involved in creating Brick Planet Patched and was a part of that development team. He reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to be in the beta program? I think this is something that you'd be interested in. And I just said, yeah, why not? Let's go right ahead. And then he introduced me to the beta program, and yeah, that is that. Now I essentially have the beta creator, and now I can script and all that sort of stuff. For this place, I'm not going to be doing any scripting at all, because I didn't originally plan for this game to have any scripting at all. I originally only planned for this game to just be a building set that people could hang out at. I never envisioned it to have any scripting. Perhaps in the future, I will enhance this game a little bit with some scripting, but for right now, I'm going to be building a base game that doesn't have any scripting whatsoever, so yeah, you're not going to be seeing any of that during this video. Perhaps I will be making a separate place, though, that will take advantage of scripting, and yeah, I'll probably be making that a separate video that you can watch. As you can see, I've done some off-camera work. I essentially resized the base plate, because now, as you can see, there's this little hole that's going on here with the base plate. And I'm planning to make a sort of underground or a sort of basement for this cafe. So how I was envisioning it, right, is I want to have, like, your traditional cafe experience up here on the top floor, you know, with, like, your coffees, your teas, donuts, you know, yada, yada, yada. So that all of that is going to be on the top floor. I'm probably also going to have some tables throughout the interior and exterior of the restaurant. So this is going to be what I consider the surface level of the cafe, and I will be working on that throughout the time lapse. After I pretty much have the details down for the top floor, I'm going to start working on the basement of this cafe, and I'm kind of sort of taking a little bit of inspiration from Iron Cafe, if you are an old enough Roblox player to know what that game was. I've always loved playing the Iron Cafe when I was in early Roblox, and I sort of just want to sort of recreate that experience a little bit in Polytoria, but obviously modernize it a little bit, and obviously tailor it a little bit to my liking, because I've always thought of the Iron Cafe as sort of a rock or punk music cafe. I never really thought of it as a sort of disco cafe, considering with all of its dark colors and red and all that sort of stuff. I have always considered it like a metal or rock cafe, and that's probably what I'm going to be doing for the underground section here. So as you can see, there is some scenery that I have worked on. What is going to be quite annoying, though, is the fact that in the creator, even in the normal creator, there is an option where you don't have to have studs. But when you actually try to run the game itself, which we'll actually do right now, for some reason, these bricks that are not supposed to have studs now all of a sudden have studs, and I'm pretty sure this is definitely a glitch with the client. It probably explains why in some of the showcases I've been seeing a lot of Z fighting with the studs, is because I don't think they were supposed to be parts that had studs on them. I think they were supposed to not have studs on them at all, but for some reason I think there is a glitch in the client right now that for some reason is forcing studs upon parts that should not be having any studs at all. So I think that's what's going on here, because yeah, these are not supposed to have studs either. This is not supposed to have studs. This bush is not supposed to have studs. The greenery right here is not supposed to have studs, and the top of these speed bumps are also not supposed to have studs, but for some reason, the client is forcing studs upon these parts, and hopefully this will get fixed. But yeah, that's all I really have to say, and I guess I will be starting the time-lapse now. Alright, hold on. There's a fly in my room, and I need to get that shit out of here. that's the top floor. That's pretty much the top floor done. Jesus Christ. I spent hours building this. Oh my god. Worst part is, we're not even done. Sure, we've made a decent amount of progress, but we're definitely not done with this. We still have an entire bottom floor that we need to work on. But I'm pretty sure that this is the top floor done. I've never spent so much time building because, you know, I'm not a good builder. Let me just get something straight here. I am not a good builder, okay? Like, I am not the type of person who would go out of their way to build very detailed maps and all that sort of stuff. Usually, I am too lazy to do that. I am more of a programmer than a builder. But literally, this place has gotten me to show off my building skills, not only for the Polytoria creator, but just my building skills in general. I'm calling it a night here. I don't care. Oh my gosh, if you look at the time, it's almost 1 in the morning. Ooh, there's a little lag. Finally, we are seeing the limits of the Polytoria client. I might scrap the roof, actually. I don't care. I might actually scrap that stupid tiled roof idea. I thought I would try something to, you know, see if it would work out nicely. But considering it doesn't even look great and it's also lagging the client a little bit, yeah, I might scrap it tomorrow, but you know what? I'm too lazy at the moment to remove it because I'm just calling it a night. But menu here. We got ourselves some donuts. I decided to do jelly-filled donuts or whatever. I would do ordinary donuts, but the technology that Polytoria has isn't capable of making actual donuts, so I just decided to do jelly donuts and all that sort of stuff. So we got our glazed or vanilla frosted, however you looked at it, our chocolate frosted, and then our strawberry frosted, pink frosted donuts right here. So here we go, and here we have some cakes. So here is just a simple yellow cake with chocolate frosting with a nice little candle. This is supposed to be a birthday cake. I just decided to write the year. I was too lazy to write the message happy birthday. I don't know what happened here. This is supposed to be a wedding cake. It's supposed to have multiple layers and everything. I don't know what happened to the second and third layers along with the statue of the little groom. I don't know what happened to that. That is a little weird, and I don't know why that actually happened. I'll have to figure out what caused that and fix it in the future. That's supposed to be a portal. I think when I modified the roof or something, I must have f***ed up the cakes below or something like that. Because Jesus Christ, man. The creator's a little difficult to work with, I'm not gonna lie. This is a bathroom sign. I was originally going to make it gendered, but considering this is Polytoria, I decided, screw it, no genders. This is just a dummy model that I used right here to ensure that everything seems to be scaled properly with a Polytoria avatar. So that way the chairs are actually reasonably sized and everything. We even got ourselves a nice little side road here. So if we go ahead and walk the road here, we have the back alleyway. Again, I don't know what happened to these two legs. Oh, god dang it. I really hate this freaking creator sometimes, I swear to god. No worries, I could probably just recreate the dumpster. I could just copy and paste it easy. That should be pretty easy to solve. Alright, so today is the next day. As you can see, we are 1 day into the future. Okay, I had to dismiss a notification there real quick. So, I did a little bit of off-camera work. All I really did was I fixed a lot of the blemishes that happened yesterday. I still need to make the groom, but you know what? I'm too lazy to do it at the moment. I had to recreate these cakes entirely. That took me about, like, half an hour, maybe? Yeah, so I had to fix all of these cakes and I had to fix the dumpster back here. I also got rid of the tiled roof. It just wasn't gonna work out, honestly. Like, I thought it was gonna work out, but honestly, it just ended up being a massive failure in the end. Oh, what is going on here? Why is this intersecting here? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the roof tile thing was just not gonna work out. Maybe I will figure out a different way to decorate the roof. Hopefully one that is less intensive when it comes to parts. So today I'm going to be working on the lower floor of the cafe. So I'm deciding to move it all the way out here so that way it's a lot easier to select individual parts, and it's also a lot easier to be able to see everything and all that sort of stuff without this part of the map being in the way. So, all that I really got done so far was just building a little staircase that goes down, to the floor. I did test this to make sure that the player doesn't die, when they stand on the floor here. I originally did say that I was going to be making a bar here, but considering that Polytoria, I think, is supposed to be an all-ages platform, I don't think that will be the case. I think we're gonna try and make it a little bit friendlier here. We're gonna just make it a little juice bar. Yeah, we're gonna make it a little juice bar instead of, an actual bar. So we're gonna make it a juice bar instead, because, I don't want the Polytoria staff to be freaking out that I literally made an actual bar in Polytoria. So we're gonna be making a little juice bar. We're obviously gonna try and stick to the theme. Let's see. The hardest part about any building project, really, is the foundation. Like, where to begin building. I think that, overall, is the hardest part of any building project. Like, once I have a foundation of what I am building, then, obviously, like, adding a lot of details and all that stuff becomes a ton more easier. But just trying to figure out where to start is, I think, the hardest part of building so far, because I'm curious, where do I start? Do I start with the bar first? Do I start with the tables? Do I start with a concert first? Because I'm planning on adding a concert. Do I start with any of the decor? I probably will not be starting with the decor. I probably will be working on that later. Probably going to be starting on the counter, the little juice bar, and I'm also going to be starting on some tables. I'm going to make sure that the tables for the basement are going to follow a different style from the tables and chairs up here, because the tables and chairs here are meant to follow a, like, humble cafe sort of theme. That is not going to be the case at all for the lower floor. I'm going to make sure that the building is a little bit more different, the style's a bit more different, so that way it resembles more of a dark theme than a humble, light, relaxing cafe theme. If you're gonna be noticing a lot of pausing during these first few parts, it's probably because I'm trying to think of what to build here. I'm probably going to be pausing the recording, so if you notice abrupt skippings in the time here, that's because I'm literally pausing to think, okay, how am I planning on building this? Because I'm literally thinking of this crap on the fly here. I am not doing this. I don't have everything planned out here. I'm literally doing this on the fly, so, like, one of the biggest mistakes that novice builders like me tend to do is we always tend to make things too big or too small relative to the player. So what I am doing to make sure that everything is properly scaled is I have this little dummy avatar here just to make sure that whenever I'm building any of the furniture, it's not going to be too big or too small. It's going to be just the right size. Like, so that way the chairs can be perfectly sat upon and the tables don't seem like too big or whatever. Well, I guess let's get started. Alright. I think that's it for the lower floor. Wow. Jesus Christ, this took me a while as well. I definitely put a little bit more detail into some aspects, and others got a little less detail. For example, the chairs don't have as much detail in the lower level as the upper floor. But I made this freaking painting of a dead tree with some mountains and a nice little sunset and stuff. That is definitely way more detailed than the painting that I did upstairs. I also got some little clocks made, and I have like 2 of them scattered around the place. I got some ceiling lights going on, which I will be adding some lighting to the upper floor as well, but I just never bothered to add them. But we got some ceiling lights, we got ourselves an entire little stage here with some stage lights, a little curtain, and a microphone. Now, I'm pretty sure if I had the extra time, I probably would have made, like, some instruments or something, but, I just decided to not do that because I think that was going to take a little too long to make, and I think I was going to struggle with making the instruments in the first place. I would say probably the hardest thing to build in this entire floor was this booth seat right here. So, of course, I actually wanted to take a stab at doing a booth in the upper floor, but I just didn't feel confident enough to do a booth in the upper floor, so that's why I decided to not do one at all. But when it came to the lower floor, I felt like I had to at least take a shot at making a booth here, because this is obviously a huge corner full of space that wasn't being used here, and I was like, well, this could be a good time to make a booth. So literally, this is me trying to make a booth. Like, I even try to make it all circular and stuff, despite, like, all the limitations with, like, what you can do with the tools and all that sort of stuff. And I would say that, yeah, this does look a little rough, but I would say this turned out pretty damn well. This actually looks like a pretty good booth seat. I could totally definitely see myself sitting here and possibly, like, have something at the table here. So obviously I had to add in some back doors and an obvious bathroom, which I just simply copied and pasted from the above floor. That is no biggie. So yeah, I had to I had to make a juice bar, and essentially I made a bunch of drinks, which are all organized by color, so that way you can have your satisfaction of perfectly organized drinks. I also added a little bit of railing. I had to do some slanted railing, and I had to mess with the railings a little bit to avoid some Z fighting from happening. Let's see. I also made the upper deck. This upper deck part was definitely inspired by the Iron Cafe, because I'm pretty sure the Iron Cafe has, like, this upper deck of, like, a catwalk slash upper deck of, like, tables and stuff. So I kind of took this section of the restaurant definitely takes inspiration from the Iron Cafe right here. Same with the color scheme. The color scheme looks a little bit like, the Iron Cafe with the black and the red and all that sort of stuff. So I don't know, I tried to establish a punkish theme, especially with, like, the low lighting, because I always associate, like, rock punk environments with, like, low-lit environments. All the lighting should be on this stage right here. This is where all the lighting should be going, because obviously they're the stars performing, so why not give all the attention to them? But yeah. As far as I know, Polytoria at the moment does not support dynamic lighting, like spotlights and stuff like Roblox does. So, if Polytoria does add that feature to their creators sometime in the future, I definitely will probably update these lights to work as actual lights, and perhaps we will have a properly lit room, because let's be honest, this room is kind of dark. Because there is absolutely zero lighting at all. The only lighting you really get in Polytoria is from the sun, and that's pretty much it. There's no source of indoor lighting at all. But yeah, I am quite happy with what I have made here. I probably, before I finish up this game, I'm going to be doing a last few minute detail changes to this entire area. I'm gonna be doing a few last minute detail changes. Probably gonna fix up the outside a little bit because yeah, the base plate does not need to be this big. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a couple last minute changes, and then once that's done, I will mark this as completed. Alright, here we go. We finally finished this place. Oh my goodness. This took 2 days, and I believe if we were to count in the non-constant work, I think this took about 7 hours to make, but that is literally counting without breaks at all. So I pretty much spent 7 to 8 hours making this game. Oh my Jesus. I made sure to make the sign unique. So life is sort of an italicized text while death is sort of a really scary looking text with the weird strokes and stuff. But yeah, this game is called Life and Death Cafe. That's what I'm going to be calling it. So now all that's left to do is to publish it. Let's go. Let's create a new place. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Alright, so here we go. We're in the configuration settings. Warning, game thumbnails will go through moderator queue before they're visible on Polytoria. Okay, so that's very good to know. Alright, let me open up Share X real quick. Alright, so I'm having a hard time trying to get the thumbnail to upload, but we're just gonna skip that for now. I gave the game a nice description, and let's just make it active now. There we go. Now we have finally got an active game on Polytoria. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit. I'm probably gonna talk to some of the moderators and the staff of why I can't seem to get a thumbnail to upload for some reason. It is kind of weird, but that is all that I'm going to be doing for this video. If you want to play the game for yourself, the link is in the description. If you want, you can go ahead and check it out there. This isn't going to be the last place I will be making on Polytoria. Again, I will be making another place on Polytoria. This time, it's going to be a lot more scripting-oriented rather than building-oriented, because now I have scripting access thanks to the beta creator. I'm also going to stop making videos for the next couple of days because I need to work up on finishing Open Hexagon, and I also need to prepare for my last year of college. I need to get a lot of those responsibilities done with. So you won't be seeing videos from me for probably the next few days or a week. And hopefully you will know the reason why. Yeah, that's all I have to say. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to be notified for every future upload. This is Game Webcam. Take care.